With the WWE crowds returning this Friday, I might as well go over some of the best WWE Thunderdome matches now. The Thunderdome was created in August, so I'm strictly talking about the Thunderdome, not like the fake live crowd like NXT audience. I'm strictly talking about the Thunderdome. The Thunderdome gave us a really good run over the past year, and I'm thankful for it. And it won't be missed, that's for sure, because I cannot wait for the crowds to come back. But it was a good transition from what we had before to now. WWE did an amazing job with the Thunderdome, and I am thankful for that. So, before we actually start the video, I just want to talk about an honorable mention because the match did not happen at the Thunderdome. It happened during, the fake crowds. But Randy Orton versus Edge, the greatest wrestling match ever. That was one hell of a match. Now, besides the fact, it was called the greatest wrestling match. Now, I'm not saying it was the greatest wrestling match of all time because that's everyone's own opinion. But that was one hell of a match. And, that was Edge's first match back in WWE, even though technically it was Royal Rumble, but I'm talking about strictly wrestling, like a 1v1 wrestling match. Now, he fought at the Royal Rumble before that. He fought against Randy Orton at WrestleMania, but that was a falls count anywhere match. So technically, that was his first official wrestling match. And it was a long match. It was like 40 to 45 minutes, and in my opinion, that was a 5-star match. Very good. If you guys just like classic wrestling, Randy Orton and Edge. It can't get any more than classy between those two. Randy Orton is not known for, his dives and super kicks. He is just a good damn wrestler, and so is Edge. That is my honorable mention, but let's start with the video now. So first on the list, it is Roman Reigns and Jey Uso for the championship inside Hell in a Cell. What a goddamn match that was. Very good storytelling, and the match delivered, and it was more about the storyline, if Jey Uso was going to listen to Roman Reigns, which he did, but it just showed an amazing match, and Roman Reigns, selling the moment, crying on the ground. I still remember to this match like yesterday, and all these matches you need to go back and watch, but this is definitely top on the list. Now, this is in no specific order. I'm just picking, I don't even know how many matches I'm going to do, but this is probably, this is my favorite match of the Thunderdome. That's why I put it number 1. But like I said, after this match is no, actually no, never mind. Let's go with number 2. This is my second favorite match in the Thunderdome. And sticking with the Hell in a Cell, Sasha Banks versus Bayley, 2020, I think. What an amazing match that was. It was just so many good spots. These two have so good chemistry together. I don't even know if that made any sense. It's Sasha Banks, it's Bayley, probably the best two on the roster. Sasha Banks, in my opinion, is the best on the roster. She is just unreal. Whatever she does turns into gold. But these two have good chemistry dating back to their NXT TakeOver match, and it showed in this match. And if you guys did not watch it, I highly recommend it. It was a spot-filled fest, to say none of the least. The ending was amazing how it was done. Now, if you guys did forget the ending, I'll have a picture up anyways, but Sasha Banks did the bank statement with the chair, and she was stomping on the chair, and Bayley tapped out. Now, if you're wondering, what's so good about the spot, is because, well, that's what started the rival. Bayley turned on Sasha Banks with the chair, and then she put the chair in Sasha Banks's neck, I think, jumped off the ropes, and it was the same chair, I'm pretty sure, that she used. So, that whole storytelling was perfect. And this was one hell of a match. If you did not watch it, I recommend you do. At number 3 is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title at Royal Rumble. It was a last man standing match. Yes, it was. And what a match. These two literally, and I mean literally, fought all over the Thunderdome. Whether it be ringside, backstage, back of the backstage, fighting on the LED screen. Literally anywhere you could imagine, that's where they were. This match even included golf cart spots, the LED panels. it was just an amazing match. And this is one, like, literally my third favorite match. Roman Reigns has been doing an amazing job in his title reign. Kevin Owens, if you give him any storyline, it's gold. Kevin Owens is one of my favorites. And, besides that botch, which is actually, pretty funny because it shows, they're still real in wrestling, right? And that botch was funny, though, when Paul Heyman couldn't get the handcuffs uncuffed, and then the ref was just standing at Roman, and he was down for like 40 seconds. That was absolutely hilarious. But you know what? You need that once in a while. It's kind of funny. And in my opinion, I thought the match was funnier at that point. But like just little stuff like that, what makes the match. And this is definitely number 3 for me. Now let's go to number 4. At number 4, we have the Intercontinental Championship between AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and Jeff Hardy at Clash of Champions, Clash of Knights. Was it? I don't even know what the pay-per-view is called nowadays. It was a ladder match, an unreal match. I mean, if you have Jeff Hardy in a ladders match, it's guaranteed a good match. And then you have, one of the all-time GOATs of wrestling, AJ Styles. Literally, the man can do anything. And then Sami Zayn, another person that is doing an amazing job right now in WWE. I mean, what more can you say? And all I have to say for this match is you need to watch it because, like I said, Jeff Hardy in a ladders match is a must-watch. Last one for me because, this list could be a long list, but number 5, I have Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, and I think this is my first non-title match, actually, and it was at Fastlane. Now, these two, obviously they have history. They've been friends for a very long time, like real-life friends, and this match delivered. This could have been a very good, match with a championship, but it didn't need a championship, and I thought this could carry, but, they never did. They kind of left it, but I made a video on Drew McIntyre a couple weeks ago, maybe to a month now, and I said, what's next for Drew McIntyre? And I said, give him a break until the crowds return. And then when he returns, well, guess what? Continue that rival between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, and then have that match for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Because that match was so good, and I think there's so much more to this story that, you could have a SummerSlam match between these two. Now, that was the rumor match at WrestleMania, actually, was Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. And then they did Bobby Lashley against Drew McIntyre. And that's how quick the WWE changes their plans, because at that rumor time, Drew McIntyre was still the champion. And then look what happened, right? Bobby Lashley wins the championship. Or no, The Miz cashes in on Drew McIntyre. Bobby Lashley beats The Miz next week on Raw. Plans change in the WWE so quick. But this match could carry and into SummerSlam. But this is the match we're talking about. The match was amazing. That LED spot where it lit up, that was an amazing match. Just a hard-hitting match between those two. Big guys in the ring. What do you expect? And I highly recommend you watch that match. Now, those were my top 5 favorite matches, but there's been a lot more matches, but, this video would be a lot longer than it is. I'm going to give you some honorable mentions that could literally be 6 and number 7. Number 6 would have been Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns, and Daniel Bryan, if he loses on SmackDown, he leaves. And just recently, Bianca Belair versus Bayley inside the Hell in a Cell. Those two were an amazing matches. Definitely could not be left out on this list. And those are my honorable mentions. Now, the best part is comment your, if I didn't touch on your favorite match of the Thunderdome, leave a comment down below. And even if I did, still comment, because I'm curious to see what your favorite matches were. I'm definitely leaving out one that I don't remember, but from what I remember, those 7 were my favorite matches. Like I said, this list could be 15 matches, 20 matches, but it would just be like a 20 to 30 minute video. So I just did 5 and then the 2 honorable mentions, which I just did now. But tell me your favorite matches. I'm very curious. I respond to all comments. And, hey man, crowds are returning Friday. I cannot wait. Peace.